smudge a little bit to make sure all the energies are clear that aren't supposed to be here and everything good. Into the smoke, I release all energies that do not serve me, on all negativity that surrounds me, and all fears that limit me. Aho, it is so.
Wow.
That's a nice little prayer I learned to release energies into this smoke. Okay, I wanted to start because this is the way I have a little women's circle, and this is the way we start. It is by calling in the directions. One of the things as in the spiritual practice is that we call in the directions to stand with us and protect us and to give us a bubble of security and protection around us as we do what we're going to do today. Okay. So this is the prayer. O Spirit of the East, land of the rising sun, of air, the winds that blow across the lands, of new beginnings each day and of open horizons, we bless you and ask you for your wisdom and blessing here with us today. Please join us, Spirit of the East. O Spirit of the South, place of passion, fire and creation and inspiration, whose warm breath reminds us of summer days. Ignite our hearts with love. We bless you and ask for you for your wisdom and blessing here with us today. Please join us, Spirit of the South. O Spirit of the West, the land of the setting sun, of water and autumn's whisper, bless us with the knowledge of peace, which follows the harvest of a fruitful life. We bless you and ask for your wisdom and blessing here today. Please join us, Spirit of the West. Spirit of the North, place of quiet, stillness of cave and deep earth. Place of thankfulness for the knowledge and blessings that have come to us with time. We bless you and ask your wisdom and blessing here today. Please join us, Spirit of the North. O Spirit of Mother Earth, you support us each day, welcoming our roots deep into your heart. You nurture and guide us, finding sustenance and support. Help us to give thanks always for your bounty. We bless you and ask for your wisdom and blessing here today. Please join us, Spirit of Mother Earth. O Spirit of Father Sky, of the angelic realms, the countless stars of the night remind us that you are vast, beautiful, and majestic beyond all of our knowing or understanding. Your light shines upon the earth both day and night, guiding our steps. We bless you and ask for your wisdom and blessing here today. Please join us, Father Sky. O Spirit of our souls within, the Creator, the place of union, love, and reverence. We are grateful for this gift of life and for the love that guides our way. We open our hearts and join with all in love. It is begun. Thank you, Great Spirit, for this time together. Bless it and let the words that need to come out and that come out forth today be words of encouragement and be words that help us all to grow and help us step into the beautiful human beings and spirits that we are inside. Oh.
Mhm.
I'm going to start with Shahuin starts with music. I make my own kind of music. I sing my own special song. Are you ready, guys? Did we lose them?
No?
Are you there? Oh, I thought I lost you. You're not laughing with me. Okay, never mind.
I'm muted. My husband's watching TV.
Oh, okay, that's right. I forget that sometimes. Okay. If you know the song, sing along. Always, anybody is welcome to. I'm just going to sing a couple chants here to start our time. Chants help me to come into the presence of the Creator better and to be more connected, and so that I am walking in love and in peace. And it always blesses my heart to do any kind of chanting or singing. It's something I love to do. Okay. Yo ya he ya he ya he yo. Yo ya he ya he yo. Yo ya he ya he ya he yo. Yo ya he ya he yo. Thank you, Great Spirit, for the thunder in the sky. Thank you, Great Spirit, for my life. Thank you, Great Spirit, for the daytime and the night. Yo, ya, he, ya, yo. Yo, ya, he, ya, he, yo. Yo, ya, he, ya, yo. Yo ya he ya he ya he yo ya he ya he yo. Thank you, Great Spirit, for the seasons of our lives. Thank you, Great Spirit, for my life. Thank you, Great Spirit, for the daytime and the night. Thank you, Great Spirit, for my life. Yo ya he ya he ya he yo. Yo ya he ya he yo. Yo ya he ya he ya he yo. Yo ya he ya yo. Yo ya he ya he ya he yo ya he ya he yo ya he ya he ya he yo ya he ya he The river is flowing, flowing and growing. The river is flowing down to the sea. Mother, carry me, your child I will always be. Mother, carry me down to the sea. The river is flowing, flowing and growing. The river is flowing down to the sea. Mother, carry me, your child I will always be. Mother, carry me down to the sea. The river is flowing, flowing and growing. The river is flowing down to the sea. Mother, carry me, your child I will always be. Mother, carry me down to the sea, down to the sea. Mother, carry me, your child I will always be. Mother, carry me down to the sea, down to the sea. Oh ya 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 yo, yo ya ya yo. Yo ya 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 yo, yo ya ya yo.
Beautiful.
Okay,
You made me want to grab a drum.
thank you.
Very
Yeah,
nice.
that would have been nice. That's what when I do the little circle with the ladies that we have, that's one of the things we do. We all bring our little drums or our rattles and we sit around and make beautiful music and rejoice and enter into that flow, that river, that's flowing, that river of life, that river of love, that river of healing that flows. And that's part of the reason I sang that song, is because what I wanted to share about was specifically about that river. It's the ultimate river of life. The what's it called? It's called um the audible life stream. That's what it's called. The audible life stream. It's that place where, let's see, prana. There was one of the words that we talked about when Shahawin was on last time. She's mentioned the word prana, and that is, I looked it up and I looked it up around some different areas, and it says that there is one substance at the substream of all things in the material universe. So there is but one primary force from which all other forces are derived. Its name is prana, like a river from which all life emanates. So we need to, when we do what we're going, when we do things in the spirit, we want to enter into that flow and enter into that river where we can bless and we can be a blessing to others. I have a paper here that I had pulled out. I had a struggle today with doing this because I battle a lot with my emotional self and who I am, and I'm afraid, I still have all these fears that people won't like me and won't like what I have to say or judge me, in some ways, and it all goes back to the practice of self-love that Shahawin taught us. And I found this quote, and then it goes, if we don't practice self-love, we will search for that love elsewhere. We will assume that the love we crave is in the hands of another human. We will betray ourselves, put others on a pedestal, and lower our self-worth just to grasp at scraps of affection. Sweet friend, the love you're looking for is inside of you. And and it's funny because I did battle this all afternoon. I'm like, oh God, Pam, why do you think you're doing this? How did you get yourself into this? And all that stuff, And then finally, I laid down and I remembered Shahawin's teachings on self-love. I took my arms and I put them around me, and I prayed and asked Spirit to clear away all the negativity and the thoughts that were stopping me from progressing or doing this. They were trying to keep me from doing it. And anyways, and I gave myself a big hug. And I did some Reiki on me to try to clear away negativity and stuff. And when I was done, when I laid there for a half hour, I felt so much better. And I began to, I could flow into that presence then, and feel like I am in the flow, with Spirit now. It was one of the things that Shahawin talked about, the path of the masters, last time, that we were on the path of the masters. And when she said that, it jumped out at me, and I went, oh, good. Oh my gosh. Yeah, we are, and I'm reading this book called The Path of the Masters. And it is an excellent book. And one of the things that she talked about is that she mentioned that flow, that river, that place. What's it called again? Why, for some reason, my brain can't always think of the word. The audible life stream. Audible life stream. That audible life stream is where we connect to the Great Spirit and to all life around us, because that prana is everywhere. That prana holds this world together. That the life force holds everything together. So this is in the book, it talks about a lot of different religions and different masters that have come to the world to help people to get through different times, and some of them, one of them was Jesus. One was Yogananda, our self-realization teacher, and a lot of them. There was other ones, other religions that started out going in the right direction. Talking about entering into that life flow and connecting with spirit and realizing that we are part of Him and He is part of us. And but then a lot of those religions fell off, and they turned into these other way of thinking that wasn't the original connection that God wants us to have with Him, and that is how we begin to find that within ourselves. Okay. And I'm going to read this here. It says this is from this book. Most of the stuff that I'm going to read is from this book. And it says, the one thing that distinguishes the path of the masters from all other religious systems is its central theme, the audible life stream. It is the most important fact of the entire universe, and yet it is not well known to any of the world's religions or systems of thought, except the masters. Like Yogananda teaches about this all the time, and getting into the spirit and through meditation and stuff, and beginning to connect. It is the most important fact of the entire universe, and yet it is not well known. This is the fact that the Creator Himself can actually be heard vibrating through all space in musical vibrations of the most enchanting quality. It is a fact of supreme importance, and especially so when it is known that by following this enchanting music, anyone can rise to extreme heights. So when we connect to the spirit and we follow our passion and the thing in us that we were meant to be, and leave out all the other fears and worries about what other people think or what how connected, whether we're going to be liked or anything. We just need to be who we are. We just need to be and walk in our passion, find our passion and walk in it. And then we'll be able to find the peace and the joy that we need and that we desire to live, with. Here's one. Okay, here's a quote here that I wanted to read. 74. Every true master says in substance, just as Jesus did, the works that I do, you may do also. There's no monopoly on the path of the kingdom of heaven. The door always swings wide to all who give the right knock. They are closed only to those who are unworthy. If your religion is true, if it is the word of a living master, it will show you how to enter the kingdom of heaven, here and now. It is because it became very tiresome to me to hear about what I was to get in heaven. This is Guy, he's talking. If I believed so-and-so, and what would I get in hell if I didn't believe? When the great master told me so graciously that I had it in my power to enter that kingdom of light here and now, my heart fairly leaped with gladness. This is what we all want. The real master always teaches you that the kingdom of heaven is within, and also that whosoever seeks may find. He does still more. He always shows his disciples the exact way to enter that kingdom. So we learn to find the path. That path is the path of the masters, where we find our way into that place where the kingdom of God is within, and we can find it there. There's the methods. There's methods of entering into the audible life stream. I'm sure a lot of us, some of us know about this. I'm sure that Rodney knows, and those of us who've been doing the SRF teachings know that there's a method to entering into that place, and the method of finding that place is, one of them is yoga, which yoga means union, or the union of the soul with spirit, um, where we are one with together with God, and the kingdom of God is within us. Okay. The other one is meditation. Meditation is concentration on a message or focus on one's thoughts, one's expression or attributes of God. That is it was a very beautiful, a very beautiful path to walk. And as we come deeper in meditation, we begin to find and feel that intense connection to the spirit, and it's all about prayer and coming into that place where we can connect with the Holy Spirit or with God, with Great Spirit, however you want to call him. That is the most beautiful thing about it. I wanted to read, let's see. I had trouble getting organized on this, so I pray you'll be patient with me that I don't do something stupid, and I don't confuse you. I confuse myself, okay? Okay. 91. Here it was. Okay. The audible life stream is plainly referred to and partly described. It says, in the beginning of the practice of meditation and delving into the spirit of prayer and concentrating on what spirit is speaking to us, and letting go of all those fears and those judgments of ourselves, the devotee hears many loud sounds, 10 or more. They gradually increase in pitch and are heard more and more subtly. At first, sounds are like those coming from the ocean, from the clouds, like thunder, or from cataracts, which would be the falling of ice and things, In the middle stage, such as proceed from the bell and the horn. At the last stage, those proceeding from tinkling bells, the flute, and the flute. Okay, thus he hears many sounds more and more subtly. And it goes on to say, the mind, having at first concentrated itself on any one sound, fixes firmly to that and is absorbed in it. The mind, becoming insensible to external impressions, becomes one with the sound. Having abandoned all thoughts and being free from all actions, he should always concentrate his attention on the sound. And that is the sound of the audible life stream. As you meditate, you begin to hear these sounds. There was a night here that Jim and I were meditating, and I heard the and it sounded like thousands of people were singing it, in that meditation time, it sounded like thousands of people were singing and I'm like, okay, so here's the sound that is part of the audible life stream, and I was excited to that. And I also heard I don't know about you, Rodney, but I've heard other things. I have heard I've heard a horn, and I've also heard the flute at times. Some people, like in the native cultures, we hear drums. Sometimes people hear drums that aren't there, but they hear them. They're there. That's part of entering into that audible life stream. Jim would tell you his story about what he had, his dream where he heard the sound, and then it was a beautiful song, and then he was part of the song, and then he sang the song. So it was like a progression of coming deeper into that audible life stream. The only thing otherwise I really wanted to talk about was being one with everything else. And that is part of being in the audible life stream. We become one with everything around us and within us and with all life. There is, I wanted to read a quote here from Native American Okay, this is from Chief Luther Standing Bear of the Lakota Sioux. And he said, kinship with all creatures of the earth, sky, and water was a real and active principle. For the animal and the bird world, there existed a brotherly feeling that kept the Lakota safe among them. So the Lakota felt connected with everything around them. They were in the audible life stream because they knew their connection and they understood their connection. Let's see. It is run through all Indian philosophy like a golden thread. It teaches not only that there is unity in the Supreme One, but unity among men and in all life. In fact, all that lives is one life, one in origin, one in essence, and that essence is permeated and vitalized by the one universal spirit. It is in that one that all things live and move and have their being. That is the prana, the life energy, the life force that we want to become one with. In Hindu philosophy, if Hindu philosophy had never done anything else than give to the world this one sentence, it would have justified its existence. It says, it has modified all philosophic thought from prehistoric times down to now. Out of it has grown modern monism, whichever that is, which is so profoundly affecting all recent thinking. Until we see nothing in the world but the infinite one, all these evils of which men complain will continue to beset our path and harass us. In other words, until we connect with that one, we will see all the negativity and it'll be easy to harass us. You know, when we enter into the spirit like that, we're free from that. It says, we shall make much of distinctions, and selfishness will take precedence over altruism. It is only in the Lord, in the spirit, in the life stream itself, that we come to know of a certainty that we are all one. When our entire consciousness blends into that divine current, then we shall see nothing that has light. We shall see nothing but that light and hear nothing but that music. We shall become one with it until we see the beloved one and hear the enchanting melodies of the all-embracing sound. We shall wander through the universe like a stray comet until we see him and hear him in everything, even in evil. Perfect unity will not exist for us. The very heart of this doctrine of oneness is love. Love is the divine cement which unites all living beings into one temple of light. The higher we go in the inner worlds, the more apparent this oneness becomes. I think that's what Shahawin was gave us that that recording to listen to. They talked about ascension, and part of ascension is there's like 12 steps, you know. And I don't know how much you guys spent time listening to it, but it was wow, you know, a little overwhelming. But at the same time, I can see little bits of the changes in my life over the last 4 years, little bits of it here and there, you know, along that progression. And so as we are getting ready to ascend, I think that's what she's sharing with us, that as we just enter into the life flow, that beautiful life flow, then we will begin to rise above this world and above the darkness of this world and come to the new world that is up and coming. I believe it's coming. I really do. I mean, that's about all I had to share. I really wanted to just read from some of this book because this book is just awesome. It's a very old book, though. It's a very old book. Published in like 1928, you know. But it clarified some things for me when it talks about oneness, you know, and the audible life stream. there was a time in my life where I sat and said, creator, I started hearing these words, coming out from all these different places, and I go, what does it mean? What does it really mean by oneness? And when I first came into the native path, I noticed, and I was taught that the creator was in all things, and all things were in creator. We were one. I learned that, and it was a wonderful feeling because it gave you that knowledge that he is one with us and we are one with him, and that's a wonderful feeling to me. So, I mean, that's all I wanted to share. I hope that I didn't bore anybody or didn't confuse anybody with my stumbling over words, but um,
Beautiful, Pam.
if anybody has anything to share. Huh?
Very much new self-love. Very, very in alignment with everything that Shahawin has been teaching, and it's encouraging to see. We've been hearing music too when we're meditating. It's like, is that a phone? What is that?
Yeah.
No, we're hearing the angels playing instruments, and it's really very, very beautiful. And I think we're all
It's all part of it.
Of the master, and we wouldn't be here, and we're all evolving. And what I love about Shahawin and pretty much everyone here is it's done in a humble way. Like, I'm not worthy, and who am I to speak and teach and guide? And but it's like, what is there? There's a saying that they don't look like healers, or they don't look like guides, and creator says
They don't act like.
Yeah, creator says, I'm not looking for actors, right? I'm looking in the path. And it was a beautiful message in that.
Yeah, because I mean, if we like, humility is so important, because when you begin to think of yourself as higher than someone else, then you lose your connection, because then you want people to you're looking for attention. You're not looking for love. You're not looking for oneness. And we all talk about the circle in the little group that we have, and we belong in the circle. No one above and no one below. We belong in the circle, and the circle is everyone at the same level, in the same position. In a circle, you could rotate anyone and you're still in the same kind of position. You're not, there's no need for anybody to be called teacher, because we are all teachers and we are all students. There's no need for all those standard labels that make you more important or higher than someone else. There's no need for that, because if you start doing that, you lose the right path. You lose the right path, the path of connection to spirit, because you can't get before God and think you're better than him. I mean, you really have to humble yourself. You really have to. And that's why I think that all us broken people seem to find him maybe a little easier than some who aren't broken. People who have been self-sufficient and prideful all their life, don't feel the need or the desire as much, I think, although I think all of us have that need and desire, because we all belong to spirit. We all belong to it. Not one of us is better than the other,
Remembering our birthright as children of creator, and more in the stream that we step into, and it starts washing over us, and we start going with the stream, is like, whenever I'm think of somebody lower, it's like, no, that's a version of me. That is creator, right? How can I think of in a lowly manner? That is because we all evolve, and we all have to, I believe, go through reincarnation. Like, we have to experience it all. Like, I was murdered and I was the murderer at some incarnation, and we evolve our soul.
Yeah.
To the point that, I can't judge. I can't judge anyone. And I've worked 4 years in an environment where people were doing all sorts of heinous things. And it's like, It's really hard not to, but it's Creator refining us. Now, each of us have been through struggles and trials to help us be our highest version of self, and we've all come a long way, baby.
Haven't we? Haven't we? Oh, yes. We'll go back to some of the first ones that we did with Shahoin on self-love. And I just cringe when I see myself in those. I think I was in so much pain, and so unhappy. And I tell you, I've never been as happy as I am now. I mean, I can look out the window and say, it's a beautiful day, start out my day with being grateful now that I didn't have that before. And I actually regret that here I am 69 years old and I didn't get it until I was 65. I mean, I'm upset. Why couldn't I got it earlier? Why did I have to? Huh?
Better late than never.
Yeah, that's what I guess it is. But oh my gosh. I was down there someplace and I look at, it talks about in this book that talks about the masters and the saints, okay? The saints are the people who do the work here to try to make life easier for those who are suffering, you know what I mean? They go in and they give food to the people in prison and they try to help them to on their thoughts and on helping themselves, but who's the one who sets them free? The master. The master sets them free. That's what the master does. He sets others free, and that's the difference between someone who's just walking a saintly life and trying to follow God and those who are stepping into that light in such a way that we can help others be free.
Hey.
I wonder if it's a delivery.
We can hear you.
And that's exactly what Shahoin did for us. That's what she did for us. And that's what she did for me in New Self-Love. She set me free. So I consider Shahoin a master. But here we are learning the same path, girls and boys. So I guess we should be ready to go out there and share that beautiful, forgiving love that we were given.
I was looking forward
what
to
we were given.
hearing you sing. I was looking forward to your teaching and hearing you sing.
Were you really? I love to sing. I love to chant using the drum. I love the chant, and I do a lot of my own variations. Like I'll just sit and start drumming and I'll just start singing, and I sing all kinds of things, whatever comes to my mind, and sometimes the ladies out of the group, say to me, what's that? You never sang that song before. I really like that song. And I said, I just wrote it. I didn't really write it. I just sang what I heard. Maybe I'm connecting to the audible live stream, and hearing the music that's up there. And that's what I'm just singing, I hope. I hope you were blessed by it anyway.
Absolutely. One thing with drumming that I've noticed through doing all of these Zoom calls, because I've done a lot, is we have like a single channel.
Mm-hmm.
So it either picks up your voice or the drum. And like we couldn't hear the drum.
Yeah.
When you were drumming, we couldn't hear it at all.
Ooh.
So it's good.
Really?
It's good because if we heard the drum, then we wouldn't have heard your voice. So when we do this in a professional, you need multiple channels. One is for the drum, one is for the speaker, one is for, that's why they have those 4-channel recorders and stuff, because our microphones cancel it out. But we heard everything you said and your singing and everything, so that was beautiful. So I'm not sure who's going to do next week. Shahoin said that we should maybe look at that's Sherry raising my hand.
I
So-
loved it. I would love to hear from you, Rodney. That would be so cool. I would love to hear from you. I know you have a lot of wisdom there.
I will,
Yeah.
I'll talk to Shahawin, but if if she's not feeling better, whatever, I'll do next Sunday. But this is Shahawin's class and I want to hear her speak. So, but I'll talk to her
Okay.
throughout the week and I'm sure she'll be, yeah, I want to hear you talk. So I'll probably do next Sunday.
Yes.
I'll prepare something.
You have to understand, we are students here. She's the master. We're students. And as students, there comes a time where we need to step into doing things that the master does.
Yeah. Yeah. So if you want to
Um,
close, Pam, if you want to do another song or a prayer, you have beautiful prayers, by the way.
It's what?
Prayers.
Oh, thank you.
And
I can't hear you.
Why don't you go ahead and do a closing prayer for us, Ronnie? I'd really appreciate that.
sure.
I could do another song, but but it's the same problem. You wouldn't hear the drum or you'd hear my voice.
Right. Yeah.
Which is
I don't know how to fix that.
we'd rather hear your voice than the drum anyway.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
We heard
yeah?
it and it was awesome and everything.
Okay.
It just depends on the
All right.
placement too. Like if the drum is beside you, then you hear the drum instead of your voice.
Yeah.
You had the drum in front of you and the microphone was canceling it out and we heard you. Just for future reference. But I'll close in prayer, everyone, and love you guys, and we'll see you next Sunday.
Okay.
Father
Love
Sky,
you.
Father Sky,
Love you.
all our ancestors, all our relatives, we call to you at this time and we thank you. We thank you with grateful hearts for the beautiful message that you were able to convey through our sister Pam. We thank you for giving her the courage and the wisdom. We thank you for driving away that darkness that tried to keep her from teaching these words that are so encouraging and so inspiring and so uplifting, and we are grateful. We ask Most High, Most Divine, that you guide us throughout this week, that you watch over each of us, protect us, and we ask that you heal our beloved sister Shahawin. Please fill her with spirit and strength,
Yeah.
and health and vitality. Help her to feel our prayers, help her to feel your presence. And please guide each of us this week and help us to walk in a way that is pleasing in your sight. We love you and we thank you. Aho.
Amen.
Thank you.
Oh, love you,
Oh.
everyone.
The
Love
key
you,
Love you.
everybody.
You're drumming.
Yeah, our cat come up and was checking you out. It was
She was
awesome.
drawn to your
Yeah. They have a new cat. It's beautiful.
Really? You have
Yeah.
a cat?
Yeah.
Oh, you should. Is she there or is she hiding?
Let me see if I can find her.
She was up on the desk, like checking you
Oh.
out, Pam. Yeah.
Yeah, and I got my eyes all closed and I'm in another world.
This cat was us. It was at a gas station. Sherry would drive to California, stop at this certain station, and this cat was wild, and it would come. She's hiding, and a homeless person even said, "You should take that cat. She's really too sweet to be out here," and so she did.
Oh, oh my gosh. You better be ready for a house full of animals, Rodney.
She's already. I said,
Sherry
we
isn't one of
can.
the animal angels.
Look
Now-
look in the drawer.
We got 2 chihuahuas.
Kitty's hiding. Oh, she'll make a cameo next time.
Okay. Thank you.
Love
Good night,
you.
everybody.
Here we
Good
go.
night.
Here we go.
Wait a minute.
There's our little Luna.
Where do you see her, Pam?
Oh,
Drum again.
is she pretty?
Isn't she beautiful?
Oh, that's beautiful.
What's her name?
Oh,
Luna.
Because I always saw her at night.
Luna,
All right. Love you guys. We'll see you next Sunday.
love you.
Love you.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye-bye.